So, have you ever wanted to have a cult? A cute one though. Have you ever wanted to impose the will of a higher being above everything else as his right hand and chosen warrior? Well, today is your lucky day, because thanks to being chosen by the one who waits to be his righteous vessel for God knows what reason, now you are an immortal being with supernatural abilities, until he has no longer a use for you, that is, for the moderate price of your soul and eternal service to him.
My pledge is eternal service.
Unfortunately, this cult doesn't come with its own Margaret Qualley.
Hello, hot stuff.
Looks like third time's a charm.
Anyways, to actually start to spread the word of who is truly in charge around here, there are a few basics we need to check first. A cult needs a lot of things to be functional, you see. First of all, and probably the most important part of it, you need followers. There are a lot of ways of getting followers. You know, the classic promise them that all of their sins will be forgiven when they die if they give money to some random dude.
I absolve you of your sins. You have been forgiven.
Or maybe putting a woman with a fat ass in the entrance of where the cult main location is. You name it.
Shannon, what are you doing out here sneaking around, Shannon? You trying to recruit people into your cult?
But the answer for this particular case is quite simple, actually. You can find them in the forest about to be sacrificed as tributes for other disgusting, stupid, weak gods. And save them and offer them a better future with you. That part is very important. Signature cult move, right? And if they refuse, well, there really isn't an or, at least not for the moment. Later on though, that's a different story. After that, they will become your followers and follow your every order. That is until they're too weak to do anything else but roam around aimlessly because of old age. Second on the list is sustenance. Food. Lucky for you, there are no picky eaters, so practically everything counts as food. Berries, fish, pumpkins, and other things. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, we might need to let this one go. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to teach any of these morons how to cook, so you'll have to put on your chef hat and dust your old cooking skills. We also couldn't potty train them either. So get your broom ready and start to clean the place up before it starts looking like India. Why is there so much shit everywhere?
There's just shit everywhere. Fucking human turd.
Oh, God.
Not even a higher being you worship will stand that. But do not fret, you'll be able to unlock private bathroom stalls for your followers after 20 hours into the game. I am not kidding, you might want to prioritize those. As the one who waits chosen vessel, your responsibilities don't end there. He needs you to hunt down and murder the other puny gods that are preventing his return. Going on crusades and visiting the different areas in the world, you will need to kill 4 of their champions each time, using a vast arsenal of weapons of all kinds like axes, extremely slow but very hard-hitting, swords, average speed and average damage, daggers, extremely fast but with very low damage, big-ass shadow claws, amongst many others, paired alongside curses, which are basically your supernatural powers that were mentioned before, that come in the shape of basically a gun, basically a molotov, and basically homing missiles, amongst others. To unlock the door that leads to them and, after a cool-ass boss fight, finally annihilate them from existence. Of course, not everything is work and taking care of your kindergarten disguised as a cult.
We deserve respect!
Ted, shut up.
Fine.
There are many other things to do besides spilling blood in the name of the one who waits. You can go fishing, which turns out to be another reliable source of food alongside growing crops, and it resets every day, doing side quests or unfulfilled requests that your follower and other characters give you. You can even upgrade and decorate your base in any way you want, and it actually helps with your faith, which is another resource that you need to manage in the game. And speaking of resources, the game also has a colony manager system, in which you will need to gather and manage different resources for your base. Resources like wood, stone, food, gold, and faith. The game even has co-op multiplayer. I couldn't test that feature myself as yeah. Okay, now, leaving the roleplaying behind, let's talk about more specific things. I was genuinely surprised of how nice the game looks, as in the details, in the art. Come on, even the loading symbol things look so cool. This cartoonish hand-drawn style is really pleasant to look at, even to the point that I sometimes just take small pauses during crusades to look at all the details the game has. Even the animations that every single thing has in this game look so smooth and cute, it really adds a lot to it, as it plays a massive part in basically everything. You can just stand a while in your base watching your followers do their tasks, and you wouldn't get bored because of that. Which, little side note, I am not really a big fan of weaponized cuteness. I find most games that do that to be quite annoying actually. For example, games that put a cut somewhere in it and people go crazy for it, or make a whole game around that. But this game pulls it off really well. My guess is that it manages to balance it by showing that even though it's cute a lot of the time, it's just some sort of facade for what is really going on inside of the cult. The combat feels extremely smooth and responsive, and the variety of weapons and powers you are given access to makes it the more fun to engage with. Plus, I believe the stages are semi-random, similar to the Binding of Isaac, so it doesn't feel repetitive even after a while. The colony builder part of the game is also quite nice. I don't have a lot of experience with games with that feature. I guess Kenshi counts a bit, but they're massively different. But at least for me, this game does it quite well. And of course, as every other indie game out there, this checks the I can't believe this soundtrack comes with a free game trope. The music captures this upbeat, mysterious dark tone the game has perfectly, and you've already been listening to it for most of the video. This game is really one of the indies that deserve to be up there with all the popular ones. It's so unique and fun. I'm glad the Unity fiasco didn't actually happen, because if so, we would have truly lost a massive piece of art. The base game offers a lot of hours of gameplay by itself, but it even has DLCs. Also, this is one of the first games where they said they will add sex into the game if they reach a certain goal. And what do you know, they kept their promise! And there is one more announced for the near future. If you want to know more about the game, the devs are very active in all of their socials. They are a little bit out of touch with modern comedy, but you can tell they care a lot about the game. I really believe you should give this game a try, because it is also outside of my comfort area. But as it turns out, I ended up liking it a lot. If you liked the video, you already know what to do. I would really appreciate if you leave a comment telling me about what you think of the video and obviously the game. And remember, don't ever fucking join cults, but also
Be positive.